Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and as you can see we have modified the ship a little bit. I had to go back and add a whole lot of thrusters to really get this thing to lift off and be able to support itself without causing too much problem. So yeah, we've ended up basically doubling the number of lift thrusters, and I had to add a second main thruster just to be able to get us up off the ground, because yeah, we've got a whole lot of stuff going on right now. As you can see, our mass is at 1.3 million kilograms. I'm hauling enough things into orbit to get a basic space station going. We have a gravity generator, we have the parts for a large reactor, a metric crap ton of metal plates. We've got things for a couple of hydrogen tanks, some oxygen generation modules, a refinery, an assembler, and a bunch of other things, including a solar farm. I believe I have enough for 5 or 10 panels, I don't remember. So yeah, happy Tuesday everybody. Hope you had a fantastic weekend if I haven't seen you before then. Well, before today I should say. Wow, we're already at half G out. Okay. So yeah, this actually turned into an interesting build. One of the subscribers mentioned that this kind of looked like the Eagle. I think there's a link on one of the on the last video where we were talking about the build. So I went ahead and, like I said, made some modifications, added more thrusters. Part of it was because I wanted to differentiate the ship a little bit more. But it was a practical thing as well. It was not just just do it for the sake of doing it. It was a lot of parts. Now, I did have to modify, as you can tell, well, you may be able to tell, I had to modify the under chassis here a little bit. We connected the front to the back, because when I did a test flight with this in basically in a different save, I made a save, loaded that backup save to see what would happen, and the ship split in half because I guess there's too much weight on that connection point. So what we ended up having to do was reinforce the ship a little bit so that it would actually stay together. Now, what I am doing is I am flying directly up from the station, or from the launch center, and then once we get to the right altitude, basically once I get out of the gravity plane, we will reorient ourselves, and I think we're high enough now that we can turn the dampeners off. But yeah, we'll reorient onto the waypoint 1. Now, the system, or the game, is set up so this particular world is set up so that the stations need to be voxel mounted if you want them to stay in position. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go, when we get to the waypoint, I'm going to create the smallest asteroid you can, which is 5 meters, just to do an anchor point, which means I do have to go into what they call it, the Space Master or Session Master mode. Basically, it puts us into a modified version of Creative. The only thing I'm going to do is create that asteroid. That way everybody knows what's going on, because then everybody knows what the settings are. But I'm doing that simply because of the fact that I don't want the station to be a ship. I want it to be a station. Now, if I was willing to and wanted it to be a station, like actually be a ship, I could create it as a ship, fly it into orbit, or create the basics of it as a ship, fly it into orbit, park it where I want it, and then convert it to a station, which is something I thought about doing with this orbiter, but I decided against doing that simply because of the fact that it's less cheatsy, I guess, but at the same point it's not what I want to do. But I did want to let everybody know up front what was going on, so if you so when you see the ship, or when you see the station parked, you know what's going on and how I got it to park there. Alright, so we still have quite a few minutes to get into orbit. Once we get into orbit, I have to make that the orbital correction, maneuver over to where the waypoint is, and then once we are there, I will bring it back. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick cut, and we will be right back. Such a nice looking view. Look at this, we're almost out of gravity now too. Woohoo! Hi all, and just a quick update. Just wanted to show you that we are in 0G and making our way to waypoint 1. And this is the nice thing about being in 0G, is that once you're moving in a direction, you continue to move in that direction. Oh, so we're able to turn off the engines, just kind of coast. As you can see, we haven't done any type of mods to the speed limits in the game, so we are traveling at the 100 meters per second, which is the fastest you can travel without falling into an atmosphere. So, at least in a ship, you can fly at 110 if you get out of the ship. So, alright, so let's go ahead and now one of the things that has changed is that you actually keep your individual inertia as well. So if you turn your jetpack off, you don't go slamming back into things anymore. So, which is good. Can we? And as you can see, we're doing the space shimmy. All right. So one of the things that I need to do is while we're here, oh, I didn't put a connector in. I forgot about that. All right, so can we do this without depressurizing? We've got 26K. We should be able to do this. All right. Now, hopefully we don't go getting shot out of here at warp speed. Oh. Helps if I turn the helmet on first, right? All right. So now that we're here, let's go. Oh, I need the first of the hydrogen tanks. It's right there. Because I need to recharge my hydrogen set. Right, should have been that one, I thought. Is it that one? How about that one? This one? This isn't good. Need to figure out which one. One of these tanks should be set to recharge or refill bottles. Alright, let's do it this way then. There we go. That works. And that's one of the reasons why I put the headroom up here, so that we can do stuff like this and not worry too much about it. Basically, the only thing I would have to worry about is if the ship got hit somehow. Oh, that hurt. Okay. So let's go ahead and turn that off. We're going to go ahead and get back in our seat. So this is the nice thing about it, is that, well, while we are in the ship, we have oxygen, which is good because I forgot to bring extra oxygen bottles with me. So our first task is going to be to basically get everything set up as quickly as possible so that we can get manufacturing in place, but I don't have anything with me to make oxygen tanks. So what I may need to do is I may be going back and forth from the ship a little bit to try and get my oxygen refilled, because unfortunately I don't have any oxygen tanks on me. So this is going to be a get out, start the base, get back in the ship, and I will probably have to turn around and come back sooner than I had originally wanted. Alright, so we're about 10K out and closing. We are well in orbit over here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, we'll close the rest of this distance, and I will bring you back once we've ready to bring in that little 5-meter asteroid. Alright, see y'all shortly. Hi all, and we're here, and we're back. Okay, so, I should say we're back and we're here. Let's go ahead and get this open. We're going to close that door so we don't lose all of our precious oxygen. because we're about to lose precious oxygen right here, which is fine. Okay, so we'll leave that open so we can get in there quickly if we need to. And then what I wanted to do is to show you basically what we needed to do. There we go. In order to get this to work the way we want. So for those who don't know how to do this, when you are in single player, or if you are the admin on your server, you can go into what they call the master mode, right, or space master mode. Basically what this allows you to do is if you hit Alt F10, it brings up your space master menu. You click on this box right here, and you want to go then hit Alt F10 again, and then you want to go Shift F10 to bring up the spawn menu. Right? So we're going to use this as our seed. We're going to generate one, and we're going to go ahead and spawn the asteroid. Right? Let's hope this doesn't blow up everything. Hey, there we go. Well, that was easy. Okay. So now we have that. We go back into F10, or Alt F10 rather. We disable creative. Go ahead and close that down. And there we go. Okay. Okay. Why are you... You should be letting me spawn that. Why are you not letting me place it? Oh, because I'm not... Oh, see. I have to leave that turned on. There we go. So you have to left click it to place it. I was being silly and forgot to place the thing. So I'm sitting there going, why am I carrying the asteroid around with me? Okay, so we now have an asteroid in place. What this allows us to do now is yes, I do. Okay. So now that we have that in place, what we can do is we come over here, you grab your blocks, and since you are placing this for the first time, we want to go right there, because we want it to basically be able to clear... Oops. I am still in creative. Oh, I'll jettison a couple of hundred. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I'll end up jettisoning a couple of hundred seal plates to make up for that. Sorry. Alright, so... There's a bunch of iron in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this. Let's get a 5x5 grid, which is what we've got right there. We're going to go ahead and weld this stuff up. Need to be very careful with our oxygen because, well, we're not carrying a whole lot of it. And then, because everything is piped in together, we can just hit this guy right here. Let's go for plates. Now I brought, I don't know, like 10,000 extra plates. Basically what I did is I went into the production line and queued up a bunch of things that I would need. And right now what we really need is the generator online as fast as possible. We need, oops, the oxygen generator online as well, the first of the oxygen generators online as fast as possible, and then the cryopod, because the cryopod will allow us to recharge our hydrogen and oxygen off of the conveyor system. which means we do not have to go back down to the planet to survive. It just means we'll be getting in and out of the cryopod a lot until I get enough up here and running. Sorry, itchy leg. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. We want... What do we want? We want large reactor. Where'd my large reactor go? There it is, large reactor. We're going to put that there for now. We want one of those. Sure, okay. And then from there, we're going to go cryopod. Now, what I am doing is basically just getting this in place as quickly as possible, simply so that we can get, like I said, so we can get our life support set up quickly. Alright, so let's get back there quick, because as you can see, we're down to 70% oxygen. Alright. And what I will probably do is go ahead and throw in one solar panel just to get everything up and running. Let's see here. Okay, so we get rid of you. Let's grab 200 of you, a bunch of you, and can we grab any of you? No. Okay. So this is a case of how fast can you build the things that you need to build. Okay, so we need large steel tubes, computers, display, computer, and glass. So we need displays, computers, glass, and 2 tubes. Alright, so we need 2 of you. Throw all of you back in there. Have you... Okay. How are we doing for oxygen? We're down to 60% oxygen. That does not bode well. Okay. We need a lot of plates. Now the question is how long can you hold your breath, right? Don't worry, I am not actually going to do that to y'all. I hope. Alright. So, let's go... We need more plates. Plates, grids, and motors. So let's grab the plates first, because we'll probably need another group of these first. What's really going to be annoying is the reactor components. Okay, so we need 40 metal grids and 40 large tubes. I can grab the 40 grids easily. And how many tubes can we grab? 8. Which means I'm going to need to make 2 more trips with those. Alright. Yep. And this should mean I need, what, like 8 or 10 tubes after this? 9 tubes, and the superconductors. So we need 9 of you. And where's our superconductors? We can grab most of those. Y'all getting nervous yet? Reactors and 30 more. Okay, so I just need the last of those. And then we start the 10 or so, 12 trips, something like that. Actually, it'll be a lot of trips. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go ahead and I will do a quick cut and bring you back when we're a little further along, because right now it is just shuttling things back and forth. I know, kind of a cliffhanger, huh? Alright, so I will see you all shortly. And we're back, and yay, we've done it. As you can see, we've got our hydrogen, we've got our oxygen, and we have our energy. Everything's working. Yay! Oh, actually sweating over here. I was starting to look at him going, okay, I'm in the 30s. That's not good. All right, so now that we have that up and running, that gives us basically the time that we need to get everything else going. How are we doing? How are our tanks doing anyway? Our tanks are not doing too well, so let's go ahead and drop a couple more of that in. We are going to grab a little bit. So I should have enough to get back to the planet safely. I'm not really that worried about it. I do want to make sure that I have enough there that we're not going to run out anytime soon. Alright, so that gets us the basics in. Now what we need to do is go grab some plates. We're going to start expanding out from here. And we're going to do a couple of things here. Alright. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be our central hub, so to speak. So what we want to do is, since we've got a 5x5 there, right, you are going to be in the middle. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going 4 more in each direction. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the reason I am doing this is because I want a large enough platform that I can get away with whatever I need to really place in here that's immediately necessary. And then when we're done and we have things a little bit, or at least when we have things a little bit further along, what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to revisit this and move things around if we need to. But I want my generator to be there in the middle, because this gives me the most opportunity to maximize what we're building over here. So now we have this. Next thing up is to get the medical station in. Once we have the med station in, we'll start putting in the batteries and solar collectors. I'm not quite sure how I want to do those yet. Okay. So, we have the beginnings of a base. Yay! Oh man, that was rather, yeah. A little bit more intense than I was really wanting this morning. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and, like I said, we want to get the beginnings of an area here situated. That is upside down. Yep. There we go. Alright, so interior plates. Need interior plates. Okay, so now that we have that underway, I'm going to go ahead and call this one here. I want to thank you all for stopping in today. I hope you had as much fun with it as I did. You know, nothing like a little bit of a heart-stopping adventure first thing in the morning, right? Oh, so if you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, always feel free to hit me up in the section down below, or directly on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. And if you haven't done so already, or you're new to the channel, I do ask that you subscribe. Not only do the subscriptions and likes and everything help the channel to grow, but they also help keep you up to date when new content comes out, as well as letting me know which content you're enjoying the most, because that's the content I want to keep making for you. There's been a great turnout on pretty much all of the content lately, and I wanted to thank everybody for leaving the words of encouragement, as well as the support. It's greatly appreciated. I really do thank you all for that. But on that note, I am going to go ahead and finish this thing up and then get the heck out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Okay, how many of these can we carry at once? We can carry 5. This is going to be a while. Oh, I just have to keep my eyes on the O2 levels. More shuttle work. Back and forth. Yeah.